Part 3. Welcome back. My allergies are fucking murdering me lately, but I feel like that's just life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you fucking lose, or something like that. I don't really know. Well, damn, I forgot we left looking like this. What the fuck? Like a bowl. Let's hide this behind me. There you can see it in the shorts. What's up, Zay? What's up, buddy? Oh, we have enough for that. Hold up. That's kind of sweet. King's armor's kind of sweet. We just shit on the last armor. We kind of now we look like a scarab, or like a little beetle, or whatever the beetles are called. I think it's a beetle. We look like a beetle. We're not the Beatles, but we're a beetle. Hopefully now we can just fucking steamroll. Yeah, okay, I'll give it that. Definitely kind of looks like Loki. Definitely kind of looks like Loki. Way more Loki than he does Beetle. Alright, I can't sit back like that. Thought I could lean back, be comfortable, but no, not today. Not in this world. What the fuck? Forgot about that guy. He's a new foe. Now we're getting gold coins. I knew one day it would come. Well, how many levels? I think like 60 something, and we have 2 bosses left. So it's like, I can't show you yet. We'll die eventually, and then we'll know. But I think I'm pretty sure we have 2 bosses left, and it could be, fuck, it could be like 20 more levels, or it could be, did that just go through the wall? Yeah, a fucking secret tunnel, dude. All I do is find them. But, I'm about to say, yeah, I think it's either we have 40 to 60, which would be 20 levels, or we are literally at like the high 40s, almost 50s, but we'll check. We'll check when I die. I like that octopus. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oh, you're shitting me. The reach. The reach is unreal. Turn around. Imagine that. The ability he has to swing that fucking hammer. Everything's been well. I hope all's well with you. Always well. Always sucking air to the best of my abilities. Hopefully. I could be doing wrong. Sometimes I have to hit the inhaler so my body does it wrong, but I'd like to think I do it pretty well. Do we not have... We have the key. See you losers later. Well, that's a shitty spot for him to spawn. We're at 41, so... Let's find out. It's not my phone, that's a wallet. God dang it. Where the fuck? Oh, it's right here. We'll find out how many levels. Exactly how many levels. You texted me and I didn't even see it, Zay. You texted me right as I started. That's crazy. Great minds think alike. How many levels in Devious? Well, I fat fingered something, and now my phone has no idea what I'm asking. It's 68 across 5 worlds and 68 levels, so we're at like 40. What the fuck did it say? There's no way of finding out. Maybe if I press X, it's supposed to be the map. It doesn't show us. Okay, whatever. We're in the 40 something. We're assuming 28 more. Which, with all these upgrades, we might be able to just steamroll it. We might have just fucking unlocked max character mode. Which we should have just probably fucking steamrolled for. Oh, right over the tip. Still shot me, though. I just offer myself up as tribute every time for those things. I have a Devious Dungeons too, but we gotta play Berserk. Or Berserker first. Ooh, that one hurts. Stop it. Stop it, big fella, you dirty bastard. Still no springs in this man's legs. He's all ankle. All ankle and leg bone. Just keep jumping into it. Okay. I just gotta survive and find Olaf. Fire that off, and you're dead. Olaf's got the fucking priest with him, and he heals us quite nicely. And health, right there. Hoping we go back and we can either buy armor or a better weapon. We got 2 dudes shooting a cannon. Y'all thought. Quick on my toes. Quick on my toes. Faster than most, but slower than some. Can we not? It's literally like press A, don't move and press A. What weird controls. It's an older game though, I'm not gonna complain too much. Ooh. He's gonna tire out. That's when I come in. Never fight them when they're not tired. I always attack people when they're sleeping because it's like surprise. Like you don't know it's coming. Nothing. No secret there. But a door. We're out. Olaf, my boy, as much as I would love to get what you have, I'm going to take the health over all of that. We got 900 something. There's so many more weapons. Holy shit. Might as well just max our potions. Oh, it's not on yes. Keep clicking no. There we go. It's wild. Do you want to buy it? No. About 1,000 times. Doesn't make sense. Shit. Springs. Springs. Jump, jump, jump. Dude's useless. Better than him. Can't jump and run. That's wild. But if I'm stationary, I can pretty much jump however I want. That's kind of goofy. Like I can jump, but then I can use directions. Well, if I'm going up something, that's... Oh, going down. Can't do nothing going down. Oh, not where we want to be. Doesn't matter, got our health right back. Mistakes were made, but the dungeon was on our side. Whoa. Fuck. Alright, turn around. Thank you, thank you. Maybe we should have gone crit the whole time instead of strength. Go figure. Go figure we make a mistake when we get the option to build a character. The only way to do it. We don't have a key. Fuck. My jumping will get better. Just fine tuning. I always hate throwing myself to the wolves like that because I just, yep, right there. I wanted the gold and it wasn't worth it. In the end, it wasn't worth it. Should be able to buy like a fucking magnet. I feel like that'd be a nice upgrade. Shit, still got hit. 5 health though, that's fine. And he can shoot through the ground. Lovely. I forgot the eyeball was an absolute unit. Go figure. Right into the spikes. It's my favorite activity. Here we are. In we go. I need to change my bitrate, apparently. I have no idea. No idea how to do that, but we will do it. We will figure it out. Read what it says, though, for real. The stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended. We recommend you use. Okay. Well, we'll do that when we do it. Right there. Oh! Sorry for the nasty noise. Sinuses are riddled. Spin? Oh, fucking, of course. I hate him. He'll be the reason we die. It will never be my fault. Unless I died there on the spikes, and yeah, I would claim that as my fault. Found 100 keys. I am him. Where's this eyeball at? He's there. Being a bastard. Oh, we're quick. So quick. He had no idea. Health would be ideal. We got 3 of them. And there's spikes. And a guy that's a freaking psychopath. I smelled his foot and it killed me. Stinky toes. Fucking stinky toes. At 650, can we buy a new weapon? Answer is probably no. If I had to guess. Yeah, absolutely not. That's fucking nuts. What about armor? No. Rings, there's tons of those too. Holy shit. Alright, we got a new ring. Got a new ring. Feeling like a brand new guy. Let's see what we got so far. How my head. That hurt. There's no way there's 68. Okay, maybe there is. I take that back. Take that back. So we gotta get to 46. 46 to 49. Not too bad. Doable. We can capitalize. And we're just getting stronger, so as long as we keep upgrading, it should just literally be a fucking joke. Thing glitched through the If you'd fucking jump instead of running into the spikes, like right there. My goodness. Hold the button. Don't do nothing about it. Hold the button. Can't get up there because we have fucking no springs. Dude's got stones, but no springs. I'd take the springs over stones, to be honest. Oh, we just took all those. Yeah. Dumbass. Dumbass eyeball. Out we go. Is that 40, 44, 42, 43, 44? I don't know. I need to pay more attention. It's a problem. It's called ADHD, but I don't know. What do I know? Oh. Controller. quite nice looking. I always buy really cheap ones either off Amazon or at the Meijer next to my house. I don't really see a point of expending too much. Damn. I had a feeling he'd hit me, but I didn't, you know, I just had to test it. He fucking clobbered me. There are definitely some games I would prefer the mouse for, but I feel like this game is just kind of built more or less for a controller. Honestly feels like it's built for a Game Boy Advanced, but we don't have that controller. Damn. Daddy, chill. My God. I couldn't even fucking... Why would he put him there? Bastard. Sorry, we got 500? I'm just gonna keep buying the necklaces. And then every time we level now, we're just gonna put it into fucking crit, and it should help out a little bit more. My opinion. So 43 is where we start. Alright. Yeah, you thought, you fucking ogre. You ugly bastard. Of course. Can you scoot a little fucking closer? Nope. I just keep letting these things hurt the hell out of me. Without even caring to move. Mind-boggling. You think he'd learn, but he doesn't. I don't learn. I just keep doing it, getting the same results, wondering why. I think it's called insanity. There was a new fella at work today, speaking of other things outside of Devious dungeons. And they're supposed to stack these pallets neat or it'll mess up the robots. This guy just seemed to have no brains. Those giant blue bins that he watched all his other coworkers drive the pallets in before setting them down. He just must have been too good to do. Fucked a lot of shit up for everyone today. I wonder if he'll be back tomorrow. I hope not. I hope not. My only complaint about my day. Dude was a jackass. Outside of that, life was great. Damn. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I don't even want to fight him. Honestly, he could just get fired. He could just get fired. I think I'd be okay with that. As fucked up as that sounds, I think I would be okay with that. But nah, it's not even my shift. They're giving us like $250 if we do an extra day overtime because we're on mandatory. So it's like I'll just do. It's not that hard. I'll do 10 hours. I'll do 10. So I'm getting $250 extra, which is pretty nice. But it's just like. The task that they have this man do is simple. It's part of like his job description. It's like make sure the pallets are neat, because if the pallets aren't neat, the fucking robot just like doesn't know how to like put them together, which then causes tons of problems for everyone because it gets to the point where you can't pull the pallets out because there's fucking 15 stacks of pallets behind them. So it's like you look down this line and every single pallet is just fucked up. You're like, buddy, that blue box over there you're supposed to drive them into to make sure they're all kind of like lined up, and he just looks at you and shrugs. I'm like, okay, I'm not saying that because I think I'm better than you. I'm just letting you know, like, that's part of your job description. Like, you do nothing but stand on a fucking piece of power equipment and drop off wooden pallets. You should just fucking at least do the little parts that you have to do properly. But outside of that, he could have been a cool guy. I'm not gonna take my time to get to know him. But everyone's like, yeah, this dude sucks. And I was like, what do you mean? And then I saw it, and I'm like, I see exactly what you mean. No. I don't think... I mean, production-wise, they can definitely... Like, we we can produce more. A robot can produce more than a human, but it can't grab things like it can't grab dog food bags yet. It can't grab like TVs or anything big. It still has problems grabbing like items like microwaves, in the sense of like it can't register it because it can't open up the arm big enough. There's a lot of weird discrepancies that happen with the robots. Can they pick more tiny packages than a human? Maybe. I've never competed against a robot, you know, kind of like John Henry in the steam train, or like Paul Bunyan in that electric saw. I hadn't had my fucking myth moment yet, but like I don't think I would want that. Non-con wise, which is the department I came from, which just stands for non-conveyable freight, so just like big ass shit like refrigerators, whatever, futons, bags of dog food, TVs, things that just like no one wants to pick up. No, it can't do that job. But the other jobs that like the tedious ones, like I think they call it case slot, which is just like tiny things. It could be like packages of, or not packages, but tubes of ketchup and like mustard and stuff like that, or like 6 packs of dressing, like things that go to stores to just be broken down to be sold in like singular items. It can move those relatively well, but even then, like you get an update on these systems. Every time we get a fucking update, it like destroys it. Like the robot then forgets everything, how it's supposed to work, what it's supposed to do, which makes no sense. And I've told the I'm just gonna call them the robot people because I'm not gonna give away the company's name. Not saying I'm for or against them, but I'm just not gonna fucking praise them for no reason. But they'll come over and like help out when shit hits the fan. And I'm like, dude, if this happens every time we do updates, why do we keep fucking updating them? They're like, well, you know, you got to. I'm like, honestly, it ran better last 2 weeks prior to this update than anything. And I was like, to be truthful, if I updated my computer and it started acting like this, I would take it to my backyard and shoot it. I mean, the robot overheats. It's too hot, so the robot actually needs brakes, which is funny. But they don't give the robots brakes, and they're wondering why they're breaking. It's like, one, because you fucking they put insulated walls in before they turned our fucking weathering unit on, so we don't have a weathering unit. So the robots are overheating, and the arms, there's 2 arms that do all the work. And I just make sure it kind of works, right? And the 2 arms that are doing work will lose communication because the fucking motherboard or the computer that runs it gets too hot in its box that they'll have to open up the box and blow fans on it. There's not enough fans for all the robots. So, like, there's that. There's the fact that the robots still, regardless of how great they are, can't stack packages properly. So it'll set a box that's shaped like a triangle on top of a square box, which will then fall into all the other boxes, and it just, like, stops working. In a perfect world, that robot would be able to lay the boxes flat better than it does. It'll send stuff down the line, and instead of like realigning it could be off a little, and it's like vision detected problem, and I have to go in there and just take the case that's laying like this and stand it like that. And I'm like, oh wow, you can't just fucking learn on the fly. And then still, this happened today. We call it data, but it's just like a package out of order. But it's on the screen, it'd be considered data because that's what you're looking at, the data. So the data will get out of whack to the point where it's like, it doesn't make sense as to why this happened. Like, my first case was at the very end of 172 pieces, so the robot was too dumb to realize that it wasn't there, so I couldn't run my robot until I moved that last case all the way from a structure. Had to go get a robot to go grab it and bring it back for it to work. You can delete packages, but the fucking problem with that is you delete a package and it'll fuck up the whole palette. Like, it just doesn't know what to do. I'm like, how in the actual fuck is this supposed to be? Like, it's better in the sense of, like, when it runs right, it can pick 1,500 to 1,800 packages an hour, where a human can maybe get half of that. Like, that, if I did that in one day in my last department, that would be all 12 hours of my labor. Which I'm like, holy shit, that's wild. And that'll do that for 12 straight hours, as long as it's running properly. But the problem is it going to run properly for fucking 12 straight hours? And the answer is no. No, there's too many, like, small factors. You got the people that run the robots. Oh, I know you can. You can definitely do that. We all could do it. Simple. Maybe not in TVs. TVs would have definitely been hard. But you got the people that run the robots, like the fucking robot people, we'll call them, not hyping the company up, but the robot people come down and get mad at us because something fucked up on their end, but they don't want to take blame for it, so they blame us. And I'm just like, can we just all agree to disagree that this is a system issue and it has nothing to do with the operator or you guys? It's just someone needs to fix the programming. And they look at me like I'm a fucking psychopath, and I'm like, sorry, I guess someone needs blamed. Like, I just don't get that part. It's like an inconvenience when you call them. I had one of them go like, hey, this dude got fired because he didn't lock out tag out. So it's like, I don't feel as bad for saying what I said to him. But he's like talking to me one day and he goes, hey, I got to fix this robot, and some cases fell, which is just the packages fell over. They just use bigger words for, hey, there's boxes on the ground. No, there's cases on the ground. Sounds more official, I fucking guess. Work with degenerates, so I don't know how making a word sound better fixes anything, but they'll fall and hit the ground, and this dude goes, yeah, you need to go in there and fix that. And I looked this man in the eyes, I said, there's 2 red lights behind you, you can fix that. He goes, yeah, I'm not paid to do that. I'm like, well, that sucks, buddy, because today the fuck you are, so enjoy your time. And I walked off, and then 2 weeks later, that dude no longer works at our warehouse, because he went into, so we have robots that go like 35 miles per hour. Down these little, they call them driveways, but they're like little fucking holes. Like you gotta duck walk through them. So they go like 35 miles per hour down these holes. This dude, instead of locking out, climbed into an open door so that someone else had already locked out and tagged out. He goes in there, gets locked in there, and CC goes, which is command control, goes, we're starting it back up, and all you hear across the radio is, hey, yo, no, I'm in here, no, no, no. And they're like, what the fuck? Yeah, no, these robots are zooming. When they hit, dude, it sounds like cars colliding. I've only heard one wreck, but that's like the only one that's been near where I'm like standing and like been working. Shit's loud as fuck, dude. I watch them come into the driveway. My first day, I had to go up, and they call it a case, an air pick, which is just something gets knocked off into the driveway. And there was some fucking detergent that fell into there. And I'm walking up, I'm like, hey, CC, I see the detergent. Let me get access to this driveway. And before I have a chance to hit the button to access it, I go, oh, crap, CC, this one's going to need deleted. And this robot just fucking boom. And all this fucking detergent went everywhere. The robots are green, but my robot left that driveway blue. I didn't clean it. I didn't know how they wanted me to clean it, because by the time I got in there, I had one detergent bottle folded like this, alive, and the other 3 that come in the box are just gone. Absolutely obliterated. There's fucking laundry detergent all over the walls. I'm like, I don't even know. I took a rag in there and wiped as much as I could down and then just fucking sent it. Because instead of having a better work environment for robots to properly function, they care more about production, which is the same problem you run into with any automation place or any like computer numeric construction, which is just CNC. Any place that has automation, they don't understand, because it's like, as long as the machines are as clean as they can be or in the best condition, they're going to run the smoothest. But instead of doing the tiny things, they're like, no, we should start it back up. I'm like, there's fucking laundry detergent on the fucking the charging block where the robot needs charged. Won't that cause a problem or a fire? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, it's on the driveway where it needs to drive around. It's now going to go into this live area where there's 150 bots going 35 miles per hour. Maybe the detergent could cause like a wreck. No, Nate, just don't worry about it. Shut the door. I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. We'll send it. And lo and behold, there was a wreck. What do I know, though? What does Nate know? Nothing, clearly. I am he who watches robots, and I'm pretty good at it. I'll give you that. I'm pretty good at it. To my own horn. Like the Walmart Tony Stark. I'll take that compliment. Except he could do cool things. If I was Robot Tony Stark, or Walmart Tony Stark, I would have, the robots would literally just be attached to me and I'd be moving the cases. Yeah, it's like a tunnel system for robots today. 100%. 100% like a tunnel system. It's 19 levels tall. And then when you get up higher, the driveways then just become charging blocks. So you're just moving from charging block to charging block, and sometimes you have to grab on them and like swing like you're Tarzan. I'm in there, I'm like, I feel like a monkey. And someone fucking fell, damn near broke their rib cage. Like, they fell, bruised their, like, whole side down because they fell from, like, shelf 17 and landed on the shelf at 14 that slowed down their impact. Which, I mean, like, if you fell from 17 down, as long as you went down the area, it's not that far of a drop. But he must have just, like, flailed or something. It's probably a bigger individual. They didn't really name drop who fell, but there were people that weren't at work. So it's like, okay, I guess we could just pick and choose who it was. But yeah, the person that I'm assuming was the one that fell was a bigger individual. And that probably hurt like fucking hell. But he like fell like a tree. So this is the fucking charging block. And he came down and just folded over is how it was worded. I'm like, dude, that's gotta hurt. But then again, I mean, he might have fallen because shit, could have been some detergent. We have to climb in there. Like, we probably shouldn't be, but they like... There's like a little ladders on the, not ladders, but there's like poles on the side that you can use like a ladder. And that's how you're supposed to use them, right? And then there's charging blocks, which you can kind of use to push yourself up. But like the charging block stacked here, another one's stacked here. So like if you go in there, you're still going to have to be crouched. So don't fucking stand up, you'll bop your head. Oh, there 100% should be a better way. If you don't know what duck crawling is, Brandon, it's literally you get on your like hands and knees. And it's like something they make you do in the military for like MEPS. Which is like pre-screening to make sure you're okay. You do that in there. I just bear crawl. So like wherever it's at, I'll bear crawl to where the lift, not the lift cell, but the fucking charging block is. I look up and then I climb up. But I'm also a lot younger than some of the people that are going in there, and I'm also a lot smaller than some of these people. So for me, it's not that bad. But like they give you knee pads. They give you fucking cut sleeves for your arms. They give you a fucking hard hat, and you have a headlight. Like... You have to have that on when you go in there. You don't need the headlight, but that's like optional because sometimes you're going to need it. But like I'm just sitting here like looking around. I'm like, some of these people probably struggle getting in and out. And I'm not shitting on them. That's not me. Like the people I work with are great people. But like some of them, I'm like, dude, it's got to suck for you going in there. Like it's got to be hell. Like it's hell for me. I can only imagine how it is for you. Yeah, they're pretty high voltage. I don't know what the voltage is on them, Zay. I remember they told us, but I do not remember. I just know it's 19 shelves high. So you get driveway, or zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. And it's spaced off by 6. So it goes all the way up to 6, 7 to whatever that is. So 7 to like what, 13, and then 13 to 19. And that's how high they go up. I've had something on the 19th shelf like hang over, and I had to climb up all the way and just like tap it back on because the fucking lift couldn't go in and do this and pick it up and just take it with it. It was like, no, there's a little bit of overhang. I'm like, brother, what the fuck? So everyone's like, yeah, robots are coming. Yeah, robots are coming to be watched by people and made sure that they don't fall apart. It's like everyone buying into AI. Like ChatGPT is learning the same way you are learning. It's just able to find an answer or somewhat of an answer fast enough for people to be like, that's it. That's what we needed. And I'm not shitting on ChatGPT. Not like people shit on calculators when we were younger. It's like, oh, we had to do math with our fingers. Like, sorry, Mom, but the world's advanced now. Right? Fuck math. Not used a single bit of it. I've never walked into a Kroger and been like, how much air did they sell me in this bag of chips today? No, they just sell you air just to sell you air. Never used it. Never popped out the Pythagoras theorem when I was in the middle of a transaction to buy food. I mean, god damn it. Always funny to me that we had to do math for a triangle. It's like, is this really a triangle? I'm like, well, it fucking looks like one. They're like, nope, that's not good enough. Math it up. Math it up real quick. Make sure it is according to math. I'm like, okay, well, not ever in my life will I do that. I mean, there's probably people out there that do that, but like, if I see it, it looks like a triangle, smells like a triangle, it is a fucking triangle, guess what? It's a triangle. I don't need to math it out to figure that one out. My opinion. But what do I know? Then you wonder the question, what does a triangle smell like? And I'm like, if you've smelled a triangle, you know what it smells like. Come on now. We were all in math class. We all smelled our textbooks. It smells like a textbook. It's probably a triangle. At least that's my thoughts behind it. I'm like, every book I open, I'm like, definitely a triangle. Definitely a triangle. Except it's a rectangle most of the time. I've never had a square book. I might honestly have one square book if I think about it. But I think it's just a bunch of quotes. So, like, it's okay that it's a square. But any other book you buy, even my Kindle's a rectangle. Square books are for losers, dude. That's my opinion. Big-nosed opinion today. Full of them. Full of opinions. Probably should just keep them to myself. Probably have more friends. It'll be part 3, and they're like, what did he talk about this entire time? He bitched about a robot, some random dude stacking pallets wrong, and talked about how he could smell and taste triangles. People are going to think I'm alright. They're going to be like, he's not on drugs. He's a normal guy. Oh, man. I just want to fucking kill a boss. Olaf, my boy, I've missed you. This guy's my favorite now. You heal me for dirt cheap, and that's what I love about him. That's some good water. Triangle sniffer. Dude, I've been called worse. I've been called worse. I like the weird insults that people give me. They're like, you make people feel comfortable. And I'm like, I don't know how to respond to that. Thank you. They're like, I hope you have a fucking good day, loser. And I'm like, it was kind of nice. You didn't have to throw the loser part in there. You know what I mean? I don't know if people compliment you like that, but I find myself in those situations the most. But some people would say it's quite like a prostitute. You're just asking for it. And I'm like, I'm not out here making myself that available for insults. And then I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, you are. Yeah, the fuck you are, kid. I'm like, son of a bitch. If only I was prettier. I don't think the world could handle that. It's a good thing Nate's ugly. He'd be too much to handle as a pretty man. But I'm handsome, not pretty. Oh, there goes health. Why? Why? There we go. Fucking took off across the map. Tried to run away. Did we group peppers? They're fire. They're great. Best peppers I've had in a while. My dad's not happy with them, but I think the banana peppers turned out quite well. The only things that are surprisingly hotter than I thought is the Tabasco ones. Like, I've had Tabasco sauce, but I've never had the Tabasco pepper. But unlike a jalapeno, hear me out. A jalapeno will burn your mouth. Not like burn, but it'll feel hot for a while, right? You'll have that hot sensation for like what feels like an hour and 30 minutes. A Tabasco, in my opinion, at least for my palate, only burnt my mouth for like a good 10 minutes. And then I was like, damn, I could eat like 20 more of these things. I only had 2 more because I was scared that, you know, I might pay for it in the bathroom department. But I didn't really want to do that, so I only had like 3. When typically I'd only eat like 1 jalapeno. I can eat like 3 or 4 of these a day, and they're hotter. I think they call them skulls or scones or whatever the fuck. I think scones a fucking like a breakfast biscuit, but whatever the flavoring they use. Have you ever seen hot ones? I think it's called like skulls or scones or I don't know, scallops. The scallops on that pepper or whatever they call them. I can't say the word, and I don't really want to look it up, so we're just going to run with it. It starts with an S. Scoville. Yeah, Scoville. You know what I'm talking about. But the scallops, the rating they're hotter than a jalapeno, but they don't burn as long as a jalapeno does, which I thought was very interesting. Because I'm like, shouldn't it burn more? But then it just goes to show that maybe like certain peppers are just certain ways, or it could just be that I have a soft palate when it comes to jalapenos. Don't know. I like hot peppers though, I'll tell you that much. But then again, my dad's like, we got this pepper growing out here. I don't know what it looks like. And between me and you guys, it's either going to be a habanero or that motherfucker's a ghost pepper. The way it looks, I'm like, that just... What was that you planted? He's like, I don't know. Your mom gave me some seeds. I was like, I wouldn't just be growing random seeds in the backyard, but... Who am I? Not my garden. Yeah. I wonder what that is. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, clearly you've experienced it where it's like a pepper burns and it burns longer. But then you have the other peppers that are just hot for the moment. And then, like, you could eat more, but it just doesn't make your mouth feel as bad. Like, for me, jalapenos just, if I have too many. The canned ones, like the ones you find on nachos, I can eat, like, handfuls. And then I'm good. But, like, ones fresh out of the garden last year, those ones I could literally only eat one a day. The seeds, yeah. Because the seeds are just as hot as the peppers, from what I've heard. Like, you could eat one ghost pepper seed, and it's like eating a fucking ghost pepper. It's clearly not as big as a ghost pepper, but it does the same thing. It's what I heard. I could be wrong. I'm not a pepper expert. Motherfucker, how did you even hit me, dude? I got 4 health. Take that back. I have 9 health. I just gotta complain a little. We don't have the key, though. Fuck. Key's not this way. Key's over here. My key senses are tingling. Quite like the Spidey senses, but you don't want to know where mine's located. What if they stuck to the true to form like Spider-Man? They made him shoot webs out of his ass. Like spiders shoot their spider webs out of their butt. What if they were like, Peter Parker is going to fire webs out of his ass, and that's just the character that we all ran with and fell in love with. We're like, oh my god, Spider-Man's the greatest, and we never thought anything of it. But wouldn't that be weird? It wouldn't be weird because we'd never think about it, but I'm just saying. If they stayed true to spiders, that would be a very odd movie. It'd be way different. Way different. Did I go the right way? Watch me not make it. Jump on a fucking spike and die. Ass blaster. No, it'd still be Spider-Man. We would just think of him in a different light. It's happy he missed. No secret tunnel over there. How about over here? I think I'd be more uncomfortable. But, like, if it was what we grew up with, you know, like the comics had it, it was just what it was, I don't think it would bother anyone because it would just be what it is. But at the same time, it's like, dude, the concept of it would be so strange. I jumped into that. Thinking about Spider-Man shooting giant goopy wads of web out of his butt sounds like very uncomfortable. Giant goopy. Goopy. Why goopy, Nate? It can just be regular webs. Do we want that or do we want the weapon? I mean, like, it's not every day you have 1,300, so I'm gonna get the weapon. That's true. Times are changing. But they'd probably make, the new Spider-Man would probably be like a Transformer. Men in disguise. Not hating, you do you. But at the end of the day, that's what it would be. Either that or it would be, oh my goodness, this thing is stronger. All I know is Tobey Maguire, our Spider-Man, motherfucker hasn't aged. I think his hair's got a tad bit thinner, but outside of that, the man is still the same Tobey Maguire he was when we first saw him fight Sandman. But I think he was the coolest because, like, he just shot the webs out of him. He didn't have to make something. But then again, you're like, maybe that's icky. Like, maybe the fact that he shoots the webs out. I think the new one has good, like, graphics, but honestly, like, maybe it's because we grew up with it, but I'd have to agree with that. Tobey's was, it was something else, brother. It was something else. Magic. It was beautiful. But I would say I like all the Spider-Mans. Tom Holland, or Holidays, or Hollands, or whatever his name is. The one dude. I don't know his name neither. And then Tobey Maguire's. I like them all. They all are pretty good in some way, but I prefer, just like the Batmans, I prefer the Batman with Christian Bale. Like, I think that one's so much better than the other Batmans. But then that's also my big-nosed opinion on Batman. Like, what does Nate know? And you're like, well, you only like it. I'm going to jump in there and get it. You only like it because you grew up with it. The answer is fuck yeah. It tickles me soul. Like, the new Joker, no offense, like, I guess it does, like, show psychopaths in a different light, so that's cool, I guess. But his laugh ruins the whole entire thing for me. Like, his laugh doesn't sound good to me. I'm like, that's not a Joker laugh. You just sound like a fucking psychopath. Could have named it The Making of a Psychopath and just had him paint his face and it'd been, like, similar to Joker, but I don't know. I haven't seen the second one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. That statement I would 100% agree with. He's my favorite Joker. Joker's my favorite villain. You're like, what's your favorite superhero? Don't really have one in the DC universe. In the DC universe, it's Joker or it's nobody. You know what I mean? Like, that just sounds fucked up, but I've never once been like, Batman's the guy. And DC has, like, heroes like The Flash. Like, it's not that I'm shitting on The Flash. It's just, I don't think he's so fast. I don't think that's like, what the fuck? I don't give a shit. Daredevil, he's blind. Cool. Wow. Tough guy. People like Daredevil. I don't. I just think the DC superheroes, or at least the ones that I've seen so far, are so weak. And then you have Superman. Marvel. I would pick Marvel over DC. DC villains. Marvel heroes and anti-heroes. That's my opinion. DC has better villains. Marvel has better heroes and like anti-heroes, like people like Deadpool. Like, even one of my favorite people that I was looking forward to seeing the entirety of Marvel Studios just shit on him. And that's Adam Warlock. Like, in the comics and, like, the lore, this man's dope. And the person they picked to play him and how they had him depicted in the Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, dude, why do you have to spit in the face of everything that I enjoy? You bastards. But Guardians of the Galaxy is probably by far my favorite that's come out of Marvel outside of, like, maybe Iron Man. I like Iron Man a lot. Guardians of the Galaxy was, I don't know, just it holds fond memories for me. So, like, I like them all. And I'm not shitting on, like, you know, Captain America or any of the other ones. They're good, but they're not my favorites in comparison to, like, Guardians of the Galaxies. Love Deadpool, but that's, like, Deadpool's completely different. I just like the concept of Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, they're just a ragtag group of people, and they're just out there, and they just happen to catch themselves in the situations that seem to matter the most to the universe. And I felt like me and Star-Lord could get along. But as I've gotten older, which is funny, I've liked villains more than I have liked heroes. I should probably watch The Predator tonight. Aliens vs. Predator, should probably watch the second one. Feeling that. Or I might watch the third, How to Train Your Dragon. I watched both of those yesterday, the first and the second. And then I'm like, I should probably go to bed. It's pretty late. I got work tomorrow. I forgot how good they were. I'm pretty sure me and you saw the first one. Fire. I was like, why would we want to see this? You're like, you're going to love this movie. This movie's great. I promise you. And I was like, I don't know. Then we saw it, and I'm like, it's pretty fucking good. I'm sorry I judged you. And then ever since then, I've just, like, been sold. Hell yeah. Season 5 is when it takes its turn, though. Not in a negative way, but season 5 or 6 was, like, kind of where it was supposed to originally stop. And then it just gets crazy after that. All of it's good. Oh, yeah, okay. I think it was supposed to end the way that, like, everyone thought it was, and then it, out of nowhere, because, like, I'm not shitting, I'm part of the fan base for Supernatural, so I'm happy they went as long as they did, even though some of the seasons were a little out of pocket, and they did some weird shit. It's still such a great show. Will be one of my favorites, if not my favorite, live-action TV series. Yeah, right after Purgatory was pretty tough. Like, I think towards the end, I don't like how it ends. If I can be honest, I absolutely fucking hate how Supernatural ends. So stupid. So shitty. There, I said it. I've been holding that one in for some years now. The Leviathans, like, I like the concept, but in reality, if you're going based off, like, biblical writings, I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong. I'm not, like, a fucking scholar. But the Leviathan's like a giant snake. Yeah, no, they did. They drugged that one out, but I think they drugged that one out because they didn't know what to do. That was when they were like, well, we didn't finish the season, or the series here, but people seem to be fucking with the Leviathan. I thought they did the 7 deadly sins so dirty. When they fucking come out, he's like, the one dude pops through the door. He's like, here's Johnny. And he's like, I think he was like Pride. I'm like, okay. But then they killed them so quick. The Horsemen were cool. I feel like they could have done way more with the Horsemen. It's funny how everyone ends up liking Death. Like, Death just turns out to be some chill-ass old dude. And you're like, you know what? He could probably cause a lot of problems, but he just seems to be real cool. Like, he's like, you can't kill me. But probably by far the greatest shock factor in there is Gabriel. That motherfucker. Greatest. One of my favorite characters in there. He does just want to eat pizza, but every time he's eating pizza, bro, he kills everyone in the damn pizzeria. He gets that za and he's like, ah, looks like it's your day. He goes, wow, look over there. Pokes you on your shoulder and you're dead. I heard the reason the Grim Reaper has a scythe is because no one would really like him if his name was the Grim Toucher. Like, be careful, the Grim Toucher will get you. It sounds like he's coming around and raping you. Yeah, Chuck is God. 100%. You know who I really liked that I'm kind of upset they killed her off real quick? Now, okay, I take that back. There's 2 people. 2 people. The blonde girl that was Joe's daughter. Mad they killed her. Mad they killed Joe. Mad they killed Bobby. Mad they killed the guy from The Fast and the Furious. He was cool. They just learned too much information too quickly. But the main person that was coming on my mind, that was on my mind, is, you remember the girl? Well, you've seen it. So the lady who sells all that, like, black market stuff. I'm upset they killed her so quickly, but she did sell her soul to Lilith, so she had to come collect. But at the end of the day, I was like, kind of vibed with her. Maybe it's because I was attracted to her, but like, whatever. We don't have to bring. Yeah, the British chick. I don't have to bring my feelings into this. I'm just saying, you know. Upset they killed her off. I have 4 health. How are we going to go about doing this? I didn't. I was reading and I heard me die. Fuck, dude. That would have been the boss. It's alright. It's alright. We'll breathe. She definitely was. Talk at me with your accent. That's what I would tell her. Say words at me. Yell at me or something. I can't breathe. Got some horror games to play this week I'm looking forward to, I'll be honest. And then we got to get back to the first Berserk as well. But we should finish this one at least. 1 to 2 horror games, and then be starting the first Berserk again by hopefully like maybe the end of the week, give or take how long this one takes to beat. But today I can only do like maybe like 2.5 hours of streaming. I gotta turn around and get back up and go to work tomorrow. But then after darts, I'm pretty much just gonna try to edit and then post a couple shorts and then fucking maybe knock out 2 games in some of this, because I'll have the time. But we shall see. That's the plan. That's my thoughts. Speaking them out loud. Probably now that I've said it, it won't work. Oh yeah, I had to Google what to do for the one that we're on right now, and everything that I'm doing seems to be the right thing. It's just I'm not executing some parts as quickly. But I have no problem with reading them, because I want to know what happens in the story. I want to beat the bosses since we started it, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, this is Souls-like. So this is what a Dark Souls game kind of feels like. I've never played a Dark Souls game. Never beaten one yet, which will be definitely be a game that we'll test out one day, but I'm not going to do that right after the first Berserk. I'll probably play a shooter, because we haven't played a shooter in a minute. But those boss fights are no fucking joke. They test your skill. But killing them lets me know that I deserve to be there. I am him who is the first Berserk. That's how I feel. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Of course. Of course. Jump into that. Don't even worry, dude. The boss fights in this game I've died to. They're not as difficult as the first Berserk, but like they're still hard. There's a platformer. It's I think they have 2 games in the series that I would really like to try, and it's called Blasphemous, but it's got like a Dark Souls vibe to it. Kind of we got like Roman Catholic-esque like kind of vibe as well, like Holy Crusade shit. It looks pretty sweet. Looks pretty sweet. But I'm not going to plan to do too many games. I will plan 2 horror games and horror games in between the big games that we play. But right now, focus is beating this one and then beating the first Berserk. And then after that, we pretty much have a clean slate. I do have to go back and look at some of these roguelites, like Be My Horde, because they have some new updates. I just took a break when I was playing it because they weren't releasing any updates. The only update I got was like close, and now there's a boss and a bunch of other shit. So I'm like, okay, now I think we go back and dabble, get a couple more wins, which would be easy to stream. But I got on and was like just looking at it the other day, and they took away so much of the stuff that I had unlocked. Not unlocked in like a negative way, or not took away in a negative way, I should say. They've just made some things that like you kind of already started with now have to be unlocked, and it's just, it seems tedious to me because of how many hours I put into it while it was in early access. But that's just me bitching because I don't want to grind it again. But I mean, it's a roguelite, it's not too bad. Not too bad of a grind. I think it was over here. That's where we started. That's why it felt familiar. Fire away. Fire away. Take me. Take me away. Oh my. I gotta sneeze so bad. Hold up. That should hurt. I like the ones that don't hurt or don't attack me like that. I wish there was knockback and we could just knock back this thing. Damn. You and your big ass stick, brother. Dead. Not coming back from that. Not walking that one off. Dead. Dead. Oh, I can jump through, not get the key, but get shot in my fucking tip. That's crazy. Open up. What's up, sword slasher guy? Yep. Heal me, please. Thank you. Could have been bad out there if you didn't heal me. Should have saved for the armor. What were we thinking, dude? I wasn't thinking. I was buying what was logical. More power, more strength. Oh, shit. Don't even know what he does, but we'll just fight him like I do. Stop it. Is he hitting me? What the fuck? And he shoots balls. Okay. We're learning. We're downloading. Not really. Not really, but I have a concept in my head that we can run with. And that's what we're going to do. On a full-on sprint. Oh, shit. Shit, they're chilling me. Chilling me. I got feelings. Not many of them, but I got them. I'll be so good at platformers in no time. He's on ham. Shakes my whole screen. What a powerful guy. He's quick. Oh, wrong button. Oh my gosh. Dude is pissed off at the ground. You're fucking cooked, Goblin. You're absolutely cooked. Gollum. Gollum, not Goblin. Stone and Golem. Oh, crit was a wonderful idea. I should have just went crit the whole time. Well, I mean, some strength. Maybe less strength than what we put in there. But a little bit more crit because we're fucking hitting him. Hitting him for a lot of reds now. Oh, he's dead. One more thwack. See in hell, big feller. See in fucking hell, big feller. We did good. Proud of us. Oh, what does he have? What does Olaf have? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But you can heal me, priest. Oh, gosh. What time is it? We got time. Maybe we'll get lucky and start getting a shitload of money. But I highly doubt it. Oh, we already got the key. Already got the key. Key to the castle. Dad. Dad. Oop. Oop. It's a big... Oh, my. He drops a gold piece. A gold balloon. Yeah, of course. Somehow I managed to hurt myself. That's just the way things are. Oh. But that's just the way it is, dude. That's a new wizard, but we didn't get to see what he did. We killed him too quick. I'm too strong, too powerful. I'm feared amongst wizard folk. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got reach. He's got some reach on him, dude. I couldn't imagine grinding this. In the sense of like to grind for levels, these levels take forever to get. Someone out there probably was like, dude, this is the grind I've been looking for. No judgment here. We all got our scratches, dude. I played RuneScape. I can only imagine what some people are willing to get that nostalgic feeling. Hustle, there we go. Oh, there's a fucking chest up there. Oh, I think I want it. Got him before he could get us. Dog eat dog world out there. Did he hit me? I guess he did. At least when we see Olaf, we can now get new armor, which should help us, I guess. Right? Ideally. Yeah, I've heard the flooding. I meant to ask you, dude. Did it affect you guys at all? I don't know why I didn't think of that. That should have been the first thing I asked you. Because I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I'll probably talk to Zay. You good? You safe? Okay, good. Good. Has it affected you, like, in any way? Like, is anything major in Texas fucked up because of it, or was it just that area? It's crazy though what happened. Yeah, in over 45 minutes, dude. It's like 161 people like injured or dead, and I'm like, that's nuts. Gosh, I hate my sinuses. I have to keep making nasty noises, and I hate that it happens to the mic. So no, damn, that's crazy though. You probably get a lot more news about it though, because it is more your state now. Like I've seen some of it. I keep getting a lot of like stuff about P. Diddy and fucking the Epstein stuff, which kind of sucks. Now I'm thinking like, yeah, he probably might be commander-in-chief, but he definitely put his fingers in some kids if you're gonna lie like that. Your name was on it. Now you're covering your own ass. To observe it. Yeah. Diddy is literally a fucking monster, and they're like, yeah, he's fine, let him walk. I bet people die. I'll put money on that. I bet some people are gonna... We might start seeing some people dead. Yeah, no, 100%. Even if you watch the video that's online, they're still missing a minute. They're missing a minute. But still, I think it's fucked up. He's like, I'll release him. And then he looks at it and he's like, fuck, I forgot I was there. Had a lot of respect. Not saying I hate our president. Not saying I'm for him or against him, because I'm not going to make anything about political stuff. But I do find it a little fishy that... God, this looks drippy, though. Look at that. We look good. We look good. This armor's the best armor, but it is the best armor in the game. Yeah, that is true. That is very true. You don't. You do not. Another thing that's happening in Texas, since you live there, the Liver King. How do you... You worried for Joe Rogan? I'm honestly worried for the Liver Queen, his wife, because my man is showing signs of psychopathy. Or psychosis. Now, I've been watching a lot of people shit on the so-called alpha males. Saw a video by Moist Critical, which led me down a rabbit hole, and I just... These dudes are goobers. Absolute goobers. They're like, to be a man, you must be this. And then they're fucking acting like children online. I'm like, I don't think you're selling it very well. Because you would shit on me because I play video games and watch anime. Still live at home. You'd be like, this is not a man. And I'd argue I'm probably more man than you. But what do I know? I just find that shit funny. Some people really cook these dudes, and I'm like, damn. Poor guys. A lot of people are. That's true. I would argue that some of them probably aren't, but you know what the phrase is, guilty by association. Not saying that they did or didn't do anything. Either way, it doesn't look good on anyone that was there. Or has any ties with him. It's just fishy. It's just fishy. But then again, it could be like, we could compare it like to the Diddy thing. There were times when people would be there, but they're like, yeah, we knew kind of leave at night. Like, once it started getting dark out, we'd leave. Or, like, once we heard he was coming, we'd leave. So it's like, maybe it is guilty by association, but it's just not guilty of all the acts, just guilty of the fact that, like, you might have been present at a place that had it happen either before or after you had left. Or in a separate room that you didn't know nothing about, you know what I mean? But at the same time, still fishy. Ooh, dude, like fucking 9 more levels? No. 10 more levels? 11 more levels? 11 more levels. Gosh, his math is so bad today. I might think my math is bad, but I watched this short or this reel when I was using the bathroom. We don't have to go in grave detail about what I was doing in the bathroom. Just now I was using the bathroom using my phone. And it was like this dude's like a gas station owner. And this dude's like, I get change for a 50. He gives him a 20, 2 10s, and 2 5s. Which is $50, just in case if no one knew. Now you know. And this man just starts losing his fucking mind. Just getting hella mad. He's like, you trying to screw me? Are you trying to jip me? There should be 2 20s. And I'm like, brother, that's fucking $50. And the dude behind the register is like, that's $50. Let me see it. I'll count it for you. Counts it for him. And he's still like irate about it. He's like, are you sure this is $50? I'm like, I would hate that. I would hate that. Like, he didn't show any signs of having like disabilities or any type of shit. He just, normal dude, happens to be that stupid. I was like, holy fuck, bro, how have you made it this far? Like, he looks like an adult. Like, he clearly was an adult that looks like an adult. He is an adult. And he's like, yeah, that's not it. But like, the fucked up thing is, it's like, he might be an adult, but he looks like he's a little bit younger than us, or if not younger, just not that much older, or just our age. Oh my brother, how do you not know that math? And some people struggle, so I'm not making fun of, but it was just the way that, as angry as he got, like, I'll poke fun at him, but like anyone else, it's like, I'll help you. I'll help you. But that guy, he was pissed. Fucking pissed. He's like, yeah, this is supposed to be another fucking 20. What are you, screwing me? I'm like, that's $50, bro. No, if anything, you just look crazy right now. Did we go this way? We did not. What is up, wizard? Wizard. Oh yeah, 100%. Dude's sauced out. Here's what I can tell you in my thoughts. There's 2 other people you could look up if you want to laugh. Old boy name, what's his fucking name? Something Watson. Wes Watson, I think. And then what's the other dude's? Ben Azoli or Ben something like that. These dudes are just fucking tools. Absolute tool bags, bro. But they tell you I'm a piece of shit. They'd be like, nah, he's a bum. He's not a man. He doesn't own a Lamborghini. And I guess if that's his standard, then he is right. I am no man. I am but mere boy. But they're like fucking spazzing on the internet right now over some dumb shit. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? Y'all grown. I mean, getting your math wrong is one thing. That's fine. Everyone fucks up their math. Whatever. I would rather that guy than these 2 dudes. One of them is a rapist, and the other one went to prison multiple times. I don't know what he did. Maybe he's a cool guy now, but one of them is legitly like, and you're like, well, he was his high school. Nah, bro, rape is rape, dude. So the fucking dude, him and his brother, when they were in high school, got someone drunk and just literally passed her around. I'm like, that's fucking fucked up. And he's been trying to deny it and like brush it off as like some stupid act that kids do. I'm like, you're not a kid, dude. You knew exactly what you were doing, and fuck off. Oh yeah, 100%. But Liver King, there's some people were arguing that Liver King like had fake abs, like he got ab implants, but they can't they can't prove it. There we go. That's all I can say. But what I find is funny is he did I didn't even explain it. So he did a Netflix documentary, and the Netflix documentary, anytime you do a documentary with anyone or like a big TV show, they're like, we're going to use this how we want to use it, and you won't get to see the final cut till it's done. So like, maybe he thought they were about to make him be this like superhero or look like not a bad guy, but they took that and just fucking cooked this man. But then again, it's like, you did all these things, so now you're mad at your own choices and your own actions, which is just a whole nother fucking, like, another thing I don't get what people, like, you make a mistake, admit you were wrong, move forward. Most people can't do that. So it's like, he's one of those. I haven't watched the documentary, but I think it's on Netflix. I'll probably have to watch that. I might not watch it tonight, but I will watch it this week, and then we can discuss it. But like, so he does the documentary, and then they take clips from Joe Rogan and an interview he did with a guy named Derek, More Plates, More Dates, or whatever, and he's big into like the anabolics and stuff, and he understands it. And he exposed that this man's spending like 10 grand a month on steroids, which is unfucking heard of. Like, that's crazy. So they're saying stuff about him. Joe Rogan's really never liked him from the beginning, but not even like hated him. He's just like, there's no way that that's natural. That man's on steroids. It is what it is. He eats liver, whatever. That's cool. That's funny. He's on steroids. Never really like shit on him too hard that I'm aware of. But all throughout the documentary, they're showing clips from that podcast and all this shit. So then he just thinks that he's just been out here talking shit, which goes to prove that, like, he never watched the podcast. He never did any of that. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'm so happy they talked about me on Joe Rogan. But it's like, did you even listen to what they were saying about you on Joe Rogan when he said that? And then out of nowhere, he started acting like Dom Toretto. He's like, no, this is for family. I'm like, dude, I didn't know I was watching Fast and the Furious 12 right now. The liver thing, like, raw meat and shit's not good for you. So, like, liver's great for you. But I take my liver and a beef capsule. Like, not a beef capsule, a gelatin capsule. And that's how I get the stuff that you get from liver. So I take I think it's like 2.5 grams of natural beef liver that's in a pill form every day. And I've been doing that for, well, I guess I can thank the Liver King for giving me the idea to like look into liver, but I wouldn't say he's the direct reason that I take liver, because I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, I said something to my mom. She's like, oh, liver's great for you. She's like, it's wonderful. It's a good thing to take. She's like, I used to eat it all the time. Fuck no. It's not the liver, dude. It's not the liver. What I'd have to take is some just fucking growth hormone and a bunch of sauce, and we'll just see what happens to Nate. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I would just turn into a balloon. Like, I'd be big, but for what? Like, I'd just be struggling to do my job. Like, I want to get back into the gym. I need to. I've been lifting, but not, like, lifting like how I used to. So, like, I need to get back to the gym, and I will. Hopefully this week. But if not this week, then definitely next week. There we go. Spoken to existence. But I'm going to force myself this week. I just want to consistently do some type of exercise this week, which I've done so far. Proud of me. Keep it up. But, yeah, I don't know, man. And the people buy that. But then again, like, when I was in high school, for, like, a week, I was like, oh, Kai Green is natural. Kai Green's not natural. Kai Green's sauced out of his fucking mind. But because he had sponsors, he was like, he'd say he was natural in videos. And then one day, I'm like, I don't get it. And then you meet some of your some of your friends' parents who just blast steroids, and you're like, oh, he's not natural. But until you were exposed to it, you don't know. So, like, I feel bad for the people he duped. But at the same time, it's like, maybe you deserve the duping, but that's just preying on naive people. You got these kids that are like, I ate so much liver, but I don't look like him. It's like, you fucking eat more, I guess. What do you tell him? It's like, he's on steroids. No, he's not. That's my fucking idol. And then this dude did the typical influencer apology, Mr. Liver Queen. Literally was like, or liver bitch, whatever you want to call him. Do we not have the key? We don't have the key. He basically, in like less words, somehow, after he's like, I know these allegations of the steroids. Yeah, I fucked up. I took those steroids. And then says that, and then somehow fucking turns it around on he did the steroids so he could help people with body dysmorphia issues and men that are struggling with self-image issues, so he could prove to them that you don't have to do this, and suicide rate in men is so high that it's like where are you taking this? Like, what were you, the poster boy for suicide prevention? Like, what? Yeah, just like the typical weird online apology. If I fuck up, I'm just going to be like, I fucked up, I'm sorry, and then there's my video. Like, that's it. give or take what it is, you may never get an apology. I'm more cognizant than most people. I'd be like, yeah, I did that on purpose, said those words, and that's it. Yeah, basically, I took those steroids so you don't have to, so I could be your idol. But then lied to those people and sold a product. That's called a fucking scammer. That's not... You're not preventing shit. You're actually hurting and harming the people you're fucking trying to sell your stuff to. And now he's fighting Joe Rogan, begging and hoping he chokes him out. He's like, I hope you choke me out. I hope they're watching. And I'm like, dude, what type of weird, kinky, primal shit are you into? His fucking 92 ancestral tenets or whatever he fucking tries to sell. One of them happens to be autoerotic asphyxiation done by man to other man. And he's the man that wants to be choked. I just... No, Joe Rogan is literally not giving this man any attention, and he's just fucking losing his mind on the internet. Like, he staged... So he got arrested for terroristic threats. Which, I mean, in Joe Rogan's shoes, the way he was talking online, it's an interesting story to look up and kind of follow, Zay. Joe Rogan would fucking murder him. There's no, like, Joe Rogan has fought and has belts and still fights. The Liver King just eats liver. That's it. Maybe he shot a gun once or twice in his life. That's it. That's all he does. I would have a chance against the Liver King. Would I want to fight him? No. The size is way off. He'd have to lose some weight, or I'd have to hop on his sauce. Like, there's no. And it's like, you would pick Joe Rogan, a well-known fighter who is friends with fighters, who does UFC events. You're going to pick that man and assume that he just doesn't know the craft that he's around all the time. That would be pointless. Yeah, no, everyone wants to be on steroids until someone's like, you take steroids. And then immediately they don't think about the fact that, like, to get the physique they have, yes, steroids has helped them, but, like, you're still put in the work. You still did all that. You still, like, but it's a vanity drug. So it's like, it's not just the compliments that give you the high. It's the fact that you're taking something that in your mind, you're like, I'm a fucking god. I'm God's gift to man. And the funny thing is, you feel like that until you come down or you come off or you do a different cycle, because then your estrogen levels rise and you don't feel like God no more. And you don't feel like God's gift to man. You feel like a woman. Full of emotion, and I don't mean nothing against women, but, like, basically you get more estrogen. Women have more estrogen than men. That's a fucking biological fact. So your estrogen goes up and you start getting, like, emotional and sad and depressed, and, like, someone could break a pencil and you might break down in tears, and you're gonna be like that for almost, like, 40 days. I've never taken steroids, but I've done enough research and been around enough people to, like, see the good and the bad, I guess. But if you're going to do something that affects your hormones at a, like, at a fucking literal, like, the level that it does. I don't know what word I was looking for there. It kind of sounds dumb now. But if you're going to do something that affects your hormones are what makes you, you a man or a woman. So you're altering your personality and yourself. You can get fucking psychosis from taking steroids. Why would you, like, that's a side effect just for what? Some inflated muscles, a little extra strength. Maybe if I was in, yeah, I agree with that. Like, if I were to take steroids, I would be like, I take steroids. Like, I'm not doing it for your approval. Like, granted, I would look really good, I guess, because my genetics are good. I've never taken them. I'm not sitting here saying, like, I could do it, but it's just like, you're taking it to look better, and then you start looking better, and instead of being like, hey, I had to hop on something to do this, you're like, no, it's all natural. It's all natural. Don't tell me I'm not natty. Like, what is it whose image are you ruining? You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be better if you were just honest, like most fucking people should be, but they're like, nope, not on steroids. Not taking it. I wouldn't touch the shit. But yet you're fucking sauced out of your mind in it. It's like now as an adult, it's like, someone's like, do you smoke weed? And I'm like, no. I'm like, yes, I do. When I want to, I do. When I don't want to, I don't. Like, the same concept with drinking. If I want to drink, I will have a drink. If I don't, I fucking won't. If you want to take steroids, do it. Just don't be a bitch about it. And then you say that, they're like, oh, I'm tough. It's like, no, you're not. You can't even fess up to the fact that you take them. How are you tough? Sounds real bitchy behavior to me. But in the Liver King's defense, if he would have said that, he probably would have sold less products. So not only was he lying, he was scamming, and the lie was helping him capitalize on the scam. Or the scam. Which is even more fucked up. He's just preying on the naive. But I always wonder, when there's a person you idolize to that degree, and something just out of pocket like that happens, you fought for it. You probably had arguments with your friends. You're like, no, he would never. He doesn't take steroids. He's the Liver King. He eats liver and eats shit right out of his wife's asshole and does enemas of coffee in the morning into his butt. Which he does. I don't know if he eats the shit out of his wife's ass, but he definitely does coffee enemas and talks about it and talks about how he lays down and poops. It's weird. He's a strange guy, but he does things that make him tough in his community. So like he's probably a tough dude in general, but he does really fucking weird shit. Like, it's one thing to tell people to, like, take a cold shower. It's another thing to be like, you should siphon coffee into your asshole. Like, that's a little much, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see how that's a selling point. I don't want that. But hey, to each their own. To each their own. But you're gonna threaten a black belt in jiu-jitsu and other martial arts and be like, I want you to fight me. Hell, I want you to win. I don't think you can choke me out. I want you to choke me out. Like, he sounds like a 12-year-old on the playground. And he's not even a 12-year-old I would probably mess with on the playground. I'd be like, buddy, like, just leave me alone. I'm going to go play kickball. Like, you be tough somewhere else. It's like the people that were like, no one ever fucking cared that I watched anime when I was younger. No, it's not that they didn't care that you watched anime. You didn't get made fun of because you watched anime. You got made fun of because you were Naruto running on the fucking playground. It had nothing to do with you watching it. It had everything with you reenacting it. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying some people point a finger at other people. It's like, maybe you caused some of this. Not saying that bullying is something that should be taken lightly, but at the same time, it's like, maybe if you didn't fucking scream Kamehameha and then fucking take off down the damn hallway running like you were Naruto after the teacher tried to yell at you, people might not think you were weird. You know what I mean? But kids are all weird. Every child is weird. I'm weird to a fucking very big degree, but I'd run around doing the Naruto stuff and not give a fuck. The difference is that some people do things and then they get upset about the outcomes of their actions. Liver King, Wes Watson, fucking Benazuli, and these kids that Naruto run. Like, people don't make sense. If you're gonna do something, own up. Be okay with the fact that people might know. And just admit when you're wrong. It's simple. Life is simple. That's what I do, and I'm honest to a fault. Not in a negative way, but I give people an out. They're like, do you do this? I'm like, do you want the truth or you want the lie? And if you pick the truth, I'm going to give you the truth. You pick the lie, I'll be like, nah, I never. That's weird. I wouldn't do that. But at least I give you the option, you know what I mean? Because I could always just straight up just tell everyone. But not many people pick the lie. So it's like, you only get the honesty every time, but they get the option. These fucking dogs. What strange conversations we've had today. Good conversations. I'm not bitching. I'm going to go to edit this and I'm like, what the fuck? But I can cut out a good majority of the deaths that don't actually lead to anything. So that's a positive. Close to getting that. How many more? We have so many more items. 7-7. 7-7. We're going to buy anything. If we see Olaf again, we should be able to get more. I'll state this. I'm not shitting on steroids. Nor am I shitting on anime or anybody who's been bullied. Or things like that. I'm just saying. Sometimes maybe look in instead of looking out and pointing a finger at everyone else. And if you're gonna do something like steroids or smoke or drink, at least fess up. I can understand if you're in high school, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to lie to your mommy and daddy and you don't want to get in trouble. Like, that's a little different. But when you get to a certain age, or it's a certain, like, I don't know, certain situations, we'll say, just admit that you're wrong or admit that you're doing it. It'd be like having mouth cancer because you dip 6 cans of dip a day, and then the doctor's like, how do you think you got this mouth cancer? You're like, well, I definitely don't dip. Okay, well, work on it. Where's the key? Do you know where the key is, orange guy? So many secret walls. I'm so happy. I should have moved. I just let him fucking beat the shit out of me. Okay. Or what the? Made the jump. There we go. I'm starting to get real tired here. Okay, that's not jump on the platform. There we go. What are you doing? So that's where we came from. So should we go the other way? Opposite side over here? Is there the key? What? I guess we could go down more. We killed everything and ran out of spaces for them to hide the key, it seems. Ha, bitchin', it's right there. Wild. Wild. My hair tickled my ear, that felt weird. Boom, 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 doodle. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's an ogre. Oh, shit, it's an ogre. Damn you. I don't want to die yet. We got a good amount of cash. I'm pretty stoked about that. Can we... Nope, can't fall. No. They got me. I thought that was a secret tunnel. I didn't mean to jump into his mouth like that. That looks like I did that on purpose. Son of a bitch. I didn't, I promise. Oh man, now I want the weapon. Fuck it. I was gonna buy the necklace, but the necklaces probably would have been a better bet. Oh well. Oh well. It's 700, 700. How many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. No, it's not 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. Okay. I should have more HP as we buy more shit, but I don't. I have crit and strength is kind of what we're building for. I just need to pay more attention. But I am going to call it here because I'm tired and I have to work again tomorrow. We will continue where we left off tomorrow with this game, or we might start with a horror game. I don't know yet. But yeah. Tomorrow should be a few more hours longer than it is today. Hopefully we can get one horror game done. And get this one done because we're at the end. We're right at the very end, just tickling it a little bit. But we'll see. All right. Good night. Thanks for coming. Like, comment, subscribe, say something nice, or say something mean. And until the next one, peace.